Hello everyone, Future Foe here with Planet Destiny, and in this video we're going to take a look at how exactly you can get your hands on the Year 3 Gjallarhorn. Now I have to mention that right off the top you definitely have to earn this weapon. You are taken through a fairly lengthy quest line, which takes you through a couple really intense but really fun missions. Now to begin this quest, the first thing you need to do is break the seal on your Year 3 Rise of Iron record book. As soon as you do this, you are greeted with the first quest in the series, which is called Echoes of the Past. The first step of which is to simply complete the campaign of Rise of Iron. Once you do that, head back to the Iron Temple and talk to Tira, who will give you the second step in the quest.
There is something about you, Guardian.
This step of the quest will have you heading back to the Plague Lands to inspect an anomaly. For this part, head over to the Archon's Keep and pick up the Scouting Patrol mission that is near the big building. Now, before you follow the nav point, you're actually going to want to find a splicer key first. All you have to do is find a Hive Major with Brood in the name. It'll either be a Brood Enforcer Knight or a Brood Mother Wizard. Then simply follow the nav beacon through the back of the Archon's Forge. Fight your way through until you get to a gate covered in lasers and use the splicer key at the console. This will then lead you deeper underground where you can take on a walker with an axe. Once you defeat the walker, there will be a small tiny crest on the ground for you to scan. This will then start the next quest in the quest line, which is called Beauty and Destruction.
This crest is from one of the lost Iron Lords, and it's radiating light energy.
Talk to Saladin again to start that new quest, and he'll send you back to Tira for the next step. She will then send you on a fetch quest to collect 7 medallions across the Plague Lands. There is essentially one of these medallions in every major section of the Plague Lands, but they're pretty easy to find. If you go right from where you spawn in on Lord's Watch, the first one is going to be inside a little metal shack. You're going to be able to see them when you're about 100 feet within range because they have the little item indicator on them. The next one in Giant's Husk is on top of the overpass in between some of the crates. If you drive past it, the item indicator will show up, letting you know where it is. Moving counterclockwise along the Plague Lands, we have the Archon's Keep. If you drive past the Archon's Forge entrance, you'll eventually see a pile of scrap, and the medallion is right underneath the curved piece. For the next medallion, you want to go back to where you use that splicer key and head over to the left of the door. This is the Site 6 medallion, and it's right underneath the red pipe. The next medallion is in the Forgotten Pass, and it's going to be next to a crate on your right as you cross over the bridge. Next up is Bunker Triglav, and if you start from the tower where you find the Siva fragment, you can make your way back past on the opposite side of the missile. Enter the building and go inside the first room to your left. The waypoint should get you the rest of the way. Now the final medallion is in the Iron Temple, but before you go back, you're actually going to want to make sure that you've collected at least 5 Siva fragments before you leave. You're going to need them later on in the questline, so you might as well get them out of the way. If you haven't found 5 from naturally playing so far, I'm going to leave a link in the description to a website that has cataloged all of them that we've found so far. But anyways, make your way back to Fellwinter Peak, and you're going to have to climb the rocks to your left. The waypoint will tell you where you need to go, and the jump puzzle isn't really that difficult. Once you've collected all 7 of the medallions, head back over to Tira, and she will send you on a mission over to Bannerfall. I didn't really have any expectations for this mission going in, but I was actually pleasantly surprised that it had some really interesting lore and some really intense battles. I'm not going to spoil it for you here because I want you guys to experience it for yourself. But once you finish it, you can head on over back to Tira for the next step. And that next step involves those Siva fragments I was telling you about. If you've already collected 5 of them, you will auto-complete this and you won't have to go back out hunting like I did. Once you complete this, you can head over to Lord Shaxx and he will give you the final step in the questline, which is to finally forge your own Gjallarhorn.
You have but one piece left to complete your weapon.
And that final mission is on Skyshock, and it's a blast. Once you complete this mission, you are rewarded with the Gjallarhorn. And if you pre-ordered Rise of Iron, you can finally equip the Iron Gjallarhorn that was in your Postmaster. And for those of you new to the Gjallarhorn, it is famous for its exotic perk, Wolfpack rounds. Now you may have heard that this weapon has been nerfed into the ground, and while technically it has been nerfed by a damage reduction to its Wolfpack rounds, it is still a very formidable weapon. It has great selectable perks, and the Wolfpack rounds are still very deadly. I've personally never been a big fan of rocket launchers in Destiny, but the Gjallarhorn might just bring me back. You can get a lot of really great kills with it in the Crucible, but for that I still prefer Truth. But overall, I really enjoyed this quest. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. As always, a like is appreciated, and if you like my content, you can head over to my channel, Future Foe Plays, where I have a lot more weapon guides and reviews. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe to this channel for continued Rise of Iron coverage, and we will see you all next time.